boobs. Okay, we got that out of our system. Everyone knows that they're there now. Hi, welcome. Happy St. Patrick's Day, or belated St. Patrick's Day, because I know I'm gonna get this out late, like I always do, because I'm late to everything, just like a black person. Stereotypes, I tell ya. Well, speaking of stereotypes and putting a label on a whole group of people and then stating it like it's a fact, which I thought with this whole woke movement going around was a big no-no. Like, I thought labeling a whole group of people just because of where they're from, the color of their skin, you get canceled from it, you know, very 2022. But there are a few exceptions of who you can do that to. Americans and men. And honestly, if they're white men, you won't get in trouble, it's fine.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
This video is sponsored by me and my protein donut company and my weight loss support group. For more information, click the links below in my description, and thank you all for the support. Hi guys, my name is McDaniel, and welcome to me ranting about things that I see on the internet that are stupid. So a lady on TikTok went on a huge rampage about men. Not all men, American men. American dudes, just throw them all out. So yeah, she basically talked about every single American man, put them all in a box and said every single one is exactly what I'm saying to you. And said it as fact. No, this is my opinion, not, some are like this, not in my experience with American men that I have dated are like this. Every single man that I have ever dated in America is exactly what I'm about to say. Nope, she just said every single American man is lazy. They don't treat women right. They have absolutely no respect for women. Y'all are not real men, and you put absolutely no effort into relationships. All of you, every single one, and she would know because she has met and talked to every single one of you. Every single one. So if you're a man, an American man watching this, I don't have to introduce you to this woman because y'all already know her.
Here's the difference between American men and European or Latin American, Middle Eastern men.
Like I said, love how she sets this up. Not some, not the ones that she met, just every single one.
The reason why American men are not really pursuing the way that they're supposed to is, one, because they've been spoiled already.
Write it down. American men, stop being lazy. Write this down. She is pinpointing exactly where your flaws are at, and now it's up to you to fix that for her, your friend that you know. You're spoiled. Stop it.
If you don't know this already, Latin men, European men, and Middle Eastern men all have one thing in common. They're actually men.
No, I didn't know that. I had no clue. I thought they were Pokemon.
Pikachu!
All right, education, it's a good thing. And I am so glad that I have people on the internet of TikTok teaching me all of this education.
They pursue women, and they are very persistent, they're consistent, and they essentially do all of the work.
What the hell do the women do? Look pretty, show her, and judge? Sign me up. Not really. I have a few things to say, and I'm just gonna generalize here because that's exactly what she's doing. But I'm also gonna say that I'm gonna speak from personal experience as well, something that she's not doing. And I'm gonna generalize her because I've met men that do all the work, all the man's work, the courting, the supplying the money for the date, this, and that. And a lot of those men, not all, some, are very controlling. They think if they do all of these things and they are financially stable and they give you, a lot of money and a lot of gifts and take you on these extravagant dates, they, the woman owes them something and she needs to act a certain way, as in they need to respect him and what he says goes, because he does all these things, he should be in control of everything. What's the woman providing? Vagina, and that's pretty much it. It reminds me of the alpha male video I just put out with those men from the 21 convention and the 22 convention. The convention for women ran by men who teaches women how to be great again and teaches men how to make women great again. Because apparently along the way we have lost being a real woman. We are out here speaking our minds and showing our tits, and they don't like that, and they're here to help us to fix all of this. Link below to that video. But these men seem to believe that the man works, the man controls the family, the man takes care of the financial aspect, and the women are there to make cookies, sandwiches, and babies. They pretty much believe in very traditional roles, and it seems that this woman wants to be progressive, as in men need to let women do whatever they want and be this way and throw out traditionalism. But they also want the man to court the woman and pay for everything and have extravagant dates. She didn't say it yet. I'm just generalizing here just from the vibe that I'm getting. I see this a lot on TikTok. They want, you know, certain progressive roles. They don't want like the standard female to male role. But then at the same time, they also want the man to pay for the date. They want them to court them for the date. They want to take care of all the financial things. That's pretty traditional. It just reminds me of the very religious men who say, hey, don't be gay. God says, do not be gay. And then I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. You guys are very religious people. You know, that's your thing, whatever. God also said, do not have sex until you get married with that person. You don't get married and then have sex with everyone else. Like, you don't put your winker whacker in her wanka wonkas over here. And I bring that up because a lot of those men have had multiple partners where they do the winka wangas and the wonga wongas, and they say, well,
you know, that, well,
I didn't know in religion you can pick and choose what you decide to listen to. So that's what it reminds me of. People picking and choosing things that benefit them.
And they know how to court women. Why is it that they do this right from the jump? Because in their European, Middle Eastern, and Latin society, women have not spoiled them the way that women here have spoiled men.
I don't know. I feel like any culture, any area of the world can have very spoiled men or people in general. I think women all over the world put up with certain low quality men because it has been engraved in our brain from a very young age that marriage and having babies in that order are the most important aspects of our life. Not so much in 2022, but when I was younger, I was constantly told when you get married and you have lots of babies. Now look at me, no babies, 2 dogs, in a relationship for 10 years and really don't want to get married. Dang it, I'm unsuccessful. How will my life go on? I don't know. But it's kind of engraved in a lot of women's head all over the world. This goes worldwide. And so because that is something that is looked at as you're a failure if you're not there yet, like if you get too old and you ain't got none of those things, people are like, holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so some of these women get very desperate. They don't want to find someone that they actually connect with and find a good, sweet, heartwarming type partner. They settle for these very low value type dudes. The dudes that literally don't do anything in a relationship. Pretty much they settle. But there's plenty of people who settle for low value people, men or women, and not just American. How's she gonna sit up here and say confidently that every single American man is spoiled by every single American woman, and every single Muslim and Latin and European dude know how to act right? I think the women from those places have something to say, probably. Because I don't know how many women from those locations I've talked to that said that their men don't know how to act right. So it ain't all that great on the other side of the fence. Did I say that right? The grass is not greener, always on the other side. Reminds me of As Told by Ginger. Someone once told me the grass was once greener on the other side. Spoiler, it's not always greener.
Women make them work hard for their time, their availability. They require more of men. And that's why these men know that if they don't know how to pursue and court a woman accordingly, they're not getting any.
So once again, this is more of a rant video. I just kind of look at something and I tell you exactly what's going on in here. So I might get something wrong. And I know you guys will correct me in the comment section. But I have heard that in a lot of other countries, some of the countries that she listed, a lot of people don't respect women. Like, women are on the bottom of the barrel. Like in America, women can say pretty much whatever they want. You get consequences for what you say, but you can say a lot compared to other countries. I had this client, she was somewhere, I don't know exactly where she was from, but somewhere in the Middle East, and I was training her, and we would have, when you're a trainer, you have very deep conversations. You're like a therapist that makes people sweat and get them really sore. Anyway, she watches my channel and she was saying how she loves how outspoken I am and how confident I say whatever I'm saying, and she was like, back in my country, I could never say that. Girl, she was like, girl, you would get real quick for the things that you're saying about men. And I was like, well, I'm happy to be in America. And she said, I am too. She could not speak her mind wherever she was. I'm very interested to hear some people's opinions down in the comment section, but this was her experience. And I hear it quite a bit from certain women from certain countries. But this woman was so happy to be in America. And I do feel like, I don't watch a lot of political things, but you know, whenever I'm on Instagram or TikTok, I see a lot of people just like punching down America. It's very popular to say that America just freaking sucks. sucks. Worst country. It sucks here. It's bad. It's horrible. It's just so hard to live in America, which maybe for some people it is, but a lot of these people are saying, you know, we're just the worst country ever. And a lot of the people that are saying this, not all, I'm not generalizing, just people that I see on TikTok who complain about America, they say their opinion a lot with no consequences except for maybe an opinion or a comment that doesn't agree with them. My brother is very much like this. He cannot stand America. America is the reason why he's not successful. It has nothing to do with the fact that his work ethic is very low, minuscule. No, it's America's fault. So he's under the impression that if he goes to another country that he's going to have a better chance at being successful, whatever successful means to him. I'm not sure, but he says that he can be successful somewhere else. And my brother pops off on Twitter. He says some things that can get you in trouble in other countries. You think people can talk about Kim Jong-un on the internet the way we talk about our president and people in government? I just feel like a lot of people always say it's so much better somewhere else, and I mean, it's not horrible here. We've got our issues, but every other place has issues too. Just like we have some pretty shitty men in America, but there's shitty men everywhere else as well.
So in conclusion, the reason why American men are weenies
She did not just put your guys' asses in Weenie Hut Jr.
and they don't know how to pursue women is because women here have let them get away with doing the bare minimum, and that's not okay.
Yeah, because every woman in those countries she listed off absolutely never puts up with low quality men. Never.
And that's just a record scratch. By not requiring more of men and not expecting more of them and making them work for it, you're essentially making them lazy. You're creating more fuckboys. And you're putting yourself in situations where you end up being the one pursuing him and worried about whether he likes you enough.
So if her main point wasn't every single man in America does this, every single man in America does not pursue you, every single man in America does not respect women, then I would pretty much agree with this statement. If you are someone that decides to get in a relationship with someone that does not put in a lot of effort and you continue to positively react to that low effort relationship, then you're rewarding that person to treat the relationship with low effort. You're pretty much making that behavior okay. I remember because my mom was someone who I think spoiled my dad, and when we were younger, he would never, like, it's traditional male and female role. He worked and all he did do was work. He didn't take care of us, the kids. He didn't, you know, like, his idea of taking care of the kids is that he provides money. But we lived with our dad. We didn't really know him. He didn't want to clean, didn't cook, nothing. My mom did everything at home. All he had to do was work, and my mom was there to take his briefcase and make his dinner and rub his putrid feet.
I rubbed your putrid feet.
Literally. I remember occasionally, twice, throughout my whole childhood, he decided to wash a dish, a cup. And he didn't even wash it right. He would just like rinse it off. Actually, he didn't even rinse it off. He would just throw it in the sink instead of just bringing it down and setting it on the table and having my mom wash it. He would put it in the sink and let it float, which is not something that he would normally do. My mom would just, oh my God, good job. You put it in the sink for this thing that a freaking 2-year-old could do. Rewarding shitty behavior. And this woman wants to talk about, you know, like the guy should have the money to give them like a great date and whatnot. And this girl specifically never said like women shouldn't work, men should work and provide everything. But since we're on the topic, it seems like we're talking a lot about like alpha male status from my last video. Remember when I said that a lot of males who like say, oh, you don't have to work, let me provide for you. I'll take care of everything financially. They get very controlling and they, you know, pretty much don't want like the woman to talk, no opinions. It's like all them. Well, once my mom started actually standing up for herself, guess what my dad did? Flipped, couldn't handle it. We'll get back to that in a second.
Women in these other cultures, they're not ever doing that.
She is very popular. Not only does she know every single man and woman in America, but she knows every single man and woman in Latin countries, European countries, and the Middle East. She's just a little socialite.
They let men come to them, and if they come correct, then maybe you get a date.
Maybe?
And that's a maybe. You're up for consideration.
Oh, snap. You are up for consideration. Did you see her little like at the end?
They accept non-dates that are coffee, walking, bullshit dates that aren't even requiring much effort.
Oh, okay. So I don't know this person, I don't know everything about her, but she's implying that coffee dates and like walking dates, those little things that you do in the beginning when you're trying to get to know a person, is just a low effort date. It's a big no-no, which implies to me that she wants, you know, a more extravagant date, something that takes a little bit more money. They expect a man to, you know, put up more money, when in the beginning, I thought you were just trying to get to know the person. But she's saying from the jump, you need to have a very good date. No coffee dates. And I like how she's never said, like, what are the women supposed to provide in this relationship? It seems to be like all one-sided so far. And from the jump, she likes to be courted and wine and dined, even though the dude doesn't even know her or her personality. And from the looks of it, I'm not a lesbian. I'm not bisexual. I'm not anything else that I'm not listing off before people get offended. I didn't list off their little thing. I don't like her personality. She's a very attractive girl, but I would walk up to her, hear her speak, and walk in the opposite direction. But I absolutely love how she's generalizing all Americans. What if this was just like, we gotta flip it. You know, we gotta flip it and look at it from a different perspective. What if it was a guy on TikTok and he was like,
you know the difference between American women and Chinese women? American women are they talk too much, they're always on TikTok telling men what to do. That's why I get a Chinese woman. I import them straight from China. They love to serve their men and they don't talk while doing it.
yeah, sounds pretty shitty.
And they accept very subpar behavior. And they're okay if these guys don't talk to them for days on end, suck at communication. They're totally fine with that.
I'm not. I'm American. I am not fine with that. I don't put up with low quality men. I don't put up with men treating me unfairly or treating my relationship like a fart. Please don't put me in a box. That's not fair. You don't know me. What the hell? That's like me saying everyone on TikTok just complains, judges people, and makes cringy videos.
And that's how we've given birth to the fuckboy and weenie.
Damn it! Once again, it's the woman's fault. It's our fault that our American men are ending up in Weenie Hut Juniors.
You should start requiring more of men. Notice how the guys that'll come correct will stick around.
Wait, no they won't. Not every single one. Some will not. And if we're talking about her definition of coming correct or like approaching a woman exactly how she wants them to approach, that means quality dates, getting wine and dined, no coffee dates, no low effort dates, like a nice little walk, just trying to get to know each other. Like I said, I want to get back to the controlling men that like do all those things, that do like the extravagant type of dates. Not all. I'm not generalizing here. I'm not her. I'm just saying some, or in my experience, those type of men become very controlling. I would get asked on some pretty intense dates when I worked at the gym, like very big businessmen or men that had, you know, entrepreneur type guys would try to ask me out. And these men wanted to fly to the Bahamas, take me on a nice trip to a different country. The most laid back date I got asked on was to go to some restaurant where all the celebrities get to go. Like the first date? It's hard for me to even leave my house. You want me to go on an airplane with you? That's not happening. It's like they would have to do all this extravagant stuff to reel me in, to one, cover up that they probably didn't have the best personality. They have to use all these sheen, sparkle, you know, events to make me think that my life would be so great with them when they're just a low quality man with a lot of money. And they would end up dating someone I would know, it wouldn't work out, and guess what? I would get all the details and they were controlling. Some of them were quite, yeah, not all, just something that I've noticed because I worked in a very rich area. My dad was one of those people that would provide everything. Just very controlling. I prefer coffee dates. Men out there that are hearing this and saying and thinking like, oh shoot, coffee dates are not good. No, I love coffee dates. That's the first thing that my boyfriend asked me to go on. And I said, nope. I don't like coffee. So I guess I lied. I don't like coffee dates. But he said, oh, me neither. I thought that you would because everyone seems to like coffee. And I said, yeah, it just makes me really sick. And I do like tea though. And he was like, perfect. I do too. And 10 years later, here we are. I just personally see the first few dates of getting to know each other and seeing if we can at least hold a conversation and testing out your 90s cartoon knowledge because that counts.
And the guys that aren't doing much will just drop like flies when you've given them a challenge.
Wrong or right, I don't know. Depends on the individual. We can't put every single person in a box. But to bring up my dad again, he was one of the men that were very controlling. And my mom was very quiet. And you know, the man runs the house. He is the king of the house. What he says goes. And then once she started getting a lot more stronger, she just said a little opinion and he flips the fuck out. Threatening, yelling, angry.
This is the only way to weed out the guys who are serious and the guys that are just trying to play with you.
I don't think that's the only way to weed out who's just, you know, kind of playing with you and who wants a real relationship. Like I said, she said coffee dates is a way to weed out a quality man who is just playing with you. If my boyfriend is playing with me right now, he put up a heck of an act. But according to her, I should have just punched him to the side and went with the guy who wanted to take me to the Bahamas. We definitely have different ways of thinking. When a man that I don't really know asks me to go to the Bahamas with him, I think that he wants to probably just have a lot of sex on a vacation and have a little vacation buddy, or second, he wants a vacation sex buddy and then murder me. Anyway, this reminds me, since we're talking about, you know, generalizing a whole population of people, I was just in Texas and I was, you know, I'm a very talk person. So when I'm in places, I do make conversation with people. I can hold a conversation. I'm not that socially awkward just because I stay in my house all the time, but I talk to people, and I was mentioning to my family that a lot of the men that I talk to here are very, very respectful. You know, it's pretty different than in California. And my sister had to Mario jump into the conversation. She was like, yeah, because you're in Texas, not California. California men are very disrespectful. Texan men know how to treat women right. Huh. Okay, anyway, I went on a walk shortly after, just walking little butters, minding my own business. A garbage truck starts heading my way as they drive by.
Hey, Marquis, she got a fat ass.
Ugh. Even Butters was like, you're hauling around trash and you're acting like trash. Anyway, I keep walking in this direction and they're going this way, and as they pass by, they start screaming at me what my name is. I put a pep in my step because I don't want to tell them what my name is and I don't want to talk to them. Unfortunately, Butters' little legs are very tiny and he's slow. And they literally start backing up their truck, screaming at me to give them my number. I get back home and I say, all Texan men are respectful. Are they, little sister? Anyway, so they were black. Should I say all black men act like this? No. Should I say all garbage men act like that? No, that doesn't make sense. Should I say all Texan men act like this? No, I had very great run-ins with very great men who asked for my number and I respectfully declined and said no thank you, and they were very respectful after that. They didn't chase me down demanding I give them my number or asking my name like said garbage men did. I had a creepy ass run-in with a bunch of creepy, freaky men. And that's that. Okay, I don't know how many Middle Easterns end up in my inbox just straight up demanding sex. And also feet pics. Indian guys, they have a reputation for wanting those. And I do have quite a few of you Indian men in my inbox asking for some feet pics. Should I say every single Middle Eastern man and Indian man asked for feet pics? No, because I definitely have some American white dudes asking for the same weird shit. Okay, some people are weird. Some people are jerks. Some people are butt faces. And those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. I do like to read through my comments and see what you guys are talking about. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, or a garbage truck is gonna put itself in reverse while the men inside scream at you what your number is, and it is not pleasant. Bye.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Who's Michelle, who just took off her dress and eyelashes, is here because I forgot to say that her video's gone. So she got a lot of pushback on that one because it is deleted. Okay, goodbye.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums.